Sergeant Adams? Can you tell the Sergeant Adams to ring the bell and usher in the nominee? Welcome, Mr. Ayub Abubakar Harun Remtulia. So, before we proceed, we'll open this session with a word of prayer, and I'll ask you all we bow down. Almighty God, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor and blessing as your servant whom you have been pleased to call to leadership position in this republic. We seek guidance to treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. So, secondly, I'll ask our liquor officer to administer the oath to the nominee.
I, Ayub Abubakar Harun Remtulia, do hereby swear that all the information that I shall give, say, before this committee shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Feel free and have yourself comfortable as we are our next order of business is to do introduction, and before we do introduction, I'll ask you to hand over your original identification details, your academic details, proof of owning or running a business within the municipality, or a proof that you are a resident of the municipality. Thirdly, a clearance certificate from ESCC, CID, Credit Bureau, and higher education loan board. Yep. When you are ready, you will notify us as we proceed. Friends of Abubakar, and you are welcome. Feel free. You ready? Okay, members, I'll ask you humbly. We do introduction, and I'll start from my extreme right. So do introduction, introduce yourself. And I ask you if you have any potential conflict of interest with nominee. I ask you humbly, so you declare. Please proceed.
Thank you. Welcome, Abubakar. My name is Martin Chiriot. I'm MCA Kapkugerwet Ward. I'm a member of this committee. Chair, I do not have any attachments or anything that can hinder or that can hinder the decisions of this committee in any way. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Welcome, Abubakar. My name is Eric B. I'm MCA Kablela Third Ward, and I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Abubakar, Karibu. My name is Dominic Mutai, MCA Kabyanga, and the Vice Chair of the committee. You're welcome.
My immediate right.
Jambo Abubakar. My name is Vincent Kirui, MCA Litein Ward. Karibu.
Abubakar, I'm called Kored Matthew, MCA Chai Ward, member to the committee.
Good afternoon, Abubakar. I am Kipto Paul, MCA Kapsaus Ward, friend to this committee. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Ayub. I am Philip Kimweno Mutai, MCA Kipchimchim, and a friend to this committee. Karibu.
Thank you. Members of our secretariat, please.
Coach Patricia, Legal Officer.
William Tale, Clerk, Lands Committee.
Priska Mosonik, PR Officer.
Julius Kurgat, Sergeant at Arms.
Renis Chepngetich, PR Officer.
Thank you. My name is Hezron Kimwengetich. I am MCA representing the great people of Chilchila, Kilianwe Sub-County, and I am a chairman to this honorable committee. So welcome, Ayub. I'll give you an opportunity for you to introduce yourself, and as you are introducing yourself, I'll ask you to give us your biography, who you are, where you're coming from, your academic journey, your work experience, employment record or employment record you have, and I think I'll guide you from there. So the floor is yours.
My name is Ayub Abubakar Harun, born in Kericho in 1992, St. Leonard's Hospital. From there, I did my primary to class 7. From class 7, I went to St. Andrew's Tui, where I did till my 6th form. From graduating at St. Andrews in 2012, I went to University of Nottingham in the UK to do Bachelor in Engineering for Electrical Engineering. I graduated in 2015. I came back to Kenya to develop the skills I learned abroad and put them in our country. I worked in Nairobi for 2 years, where I gained some experience with a company called Relcon. Then I went to a company called Meta Electricals. I worked there for another 2 years. Then I came to Kericho to work with my father. He owns there's a family business called Kericho Industrial Supply, where he used to sell electrical items, but now we do electrical installations and contracts. We've done some few projects around Kericho and outside Kericho, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Do you have any honors or awards? No. You'll use your, when answering, you use your mic for purpose of recording on the answer. Are you a member of any professional association?
Yes, EPRA.
Yeah?
EPRA, Engineering Petroleum Regulation Authority. I'm a registered electrician.
Okay. You have approval of the same?
Yes.
It's in your...
Yes.
Okay. According to Urban Areas and Cities Act of 2019, a member or a person nominated to municipal board and subsequently to be appointed, he or she should be a member or of any association or any professional association, governance appointee. Secondly, he has to be a member or own a business within the municipality for at least 5 years, or a resident of the municipality. So, Ayub, which is there any organization or association which subsequently forwarded you for the same?
Yes, Kericho Tenants and Community Association. It's an association that is based in Kericho. It's an association that works for welfare of tenants and local people. We go house to house sometimes. We ask what the problems are, how we can solve them, what the issues are. That's it.
You have the minutes of forwarding minutes?
Therefore.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you will. Such an attempts, can you? Such an attempts. Milka, please. Do you have any list of chronological of any public office you have held or currently holding?
No.
Do you have any political affiliation or a member of any political party?
No.
Have you ever been dismissed or otherwise removed from office in according to provision of Article 75 of Constitution?
No.
Okay. Have you been advanced mentioned is in practice that depict biasness, favorism, and nepotism? Have you participated in any pro bono or charity works or stroke donations?
Yes. We normally, on Ramadan starts, we normally donate to some Muslims some food stuff, like rice, unga, nini. We normally see who are the needy families that need, or women that are widowed, or women that have widowed and have children, so we try and donate them.
So it's not limited to Muslims alone?
No, it's not.
Okay. Do you have any objection if this honorable committee want to make inquiries from your reveries?
No.
You don't have. Do you have any list of reveries which are not maybe relatives which we can inquire about your character?
The list I've put there, none of them is my relative.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Have you done any publishing or any writings in your span of career life?
The only publishing was done was my university document for just an article. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Can you, a member, a state officer or a public officer is required by law that he or she should declare his wealth. Have you ever done a recent wealth declaration? No. No. What is your approximate net worth?
What I own is it's all owned by the family. So I'll say around 40 million.
40 million?
Yes.
Can you be able to break it down?
Yes. My dad owns a land here near Sunshine where we have a house. We own 2 cars.
And a business?
And the business, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. If this honorable committee find it you fit to be approved and subsequently appointed to the municipal board, is there any likelihood of potential conflict of interest you may foresee? And if...
No, I don't.
Yeah. And if at all it arises, how can you handle it?
You see, it depends on the conflict. Once we see the conflict, we sit down and find a solution what the problem is.
You declare?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been charged in any court of law in the last 3 years?
No.
Have you ever been advanced mentioned in investigative reports by Parliament or County Assembly?
No.
Thank you. So before I usher in my colleagues to take you through round 2 of questions, maybe you are given a notebook, so you will note, because maybe we'll give you an array of maybe 3 or 4 questions at once so that you will answer. So my first question is, what is that one thing, you know, I'm seeing you are a young person, and mostly members of board or appointees are meant for most experienced person or retirees, what is that one thing that motivated you to be appointed? And what is that one thing, if given an opportunity, you will bring to this board so that we can make improve this municipality? My second question: can you enumerate at least 3 or 4 challenges you have seen bedeviling our municipality, and what are the likely solution to the same? And my final question: I've seen on your academic journey, in your career, you have traversed most part of the country and subsequently travel outside the country, and you have visited several municipalities. Can you tell us which is one that municipality which have done exemplary good, and if given an opportunity, it will be a motivational for you to benchmark or to borrow a leaf from that municipality, so that at least after the end of your tenure, you will have at least maybe at the par with that municipality, or you have improved this municipality to its standard. Thank you. So you can react, and then I...
So the question number 1, I'm a youthful person. I have skills. It doesn't always have to be that you have to be very old to have experience. I also have a lot of experience which I want to bring to the board. And in the board also there are people that have more experience than me. If we're going to sit down as a team, we share ideas and see how we can make this town a better place. I was born in this town. My father came in 1978. It's improving. I want to leave it better for my children and my grandchildren to see it's a better town than what I see right now. There are better facilities, there are better amenities, there are better. There's a growing town. Question number 2. Yes, challenge in municipal. I've seen garbage. There's a bit of an issue in Kericho, which I think we have a garbage place, which we can come up with a solution of a recycling plant, which we recycle that garbage and it can be used in better solution. It can be used as a, you see, like there's this thing called briquettes. We can recycle those garbages and make something like briquettes. We come up with solution. We see how we can even sell that, and the municipal can earn some money, but helps the poor people who are looking for firewood. If you walk around Kericho, you'll see people, small children looking for firewood. So that can be also one of the solutions. Second challenge, I've seen pedestrian walkways in Kericho are not if you go to Eldoret, you'll see there's a very good pedestrian walkway where motorcycles are not even allowed. So that is something we can develop also here in Kericho. Other thing I've noted, you said yes, I've been to different municipal areas. If you see other places, if you go to abroad, yeah, you find firefighting places. You see, like in Kericho, now if there's a fire, the firefighting equipment will go, let's say, Kapsoit. There is no tap-off unit for water. It has to come back to Kericho to tap water. But we can come up with solutions because there's already Kewasco lines and everything there, where we can put some tap-off solutions or something, because the lines, Kericho, there's water lines everywhere. What we need to just add is tap-off units, so the vehicle doesn't have to come all the way to Kericho to take water. Also, Chepsion, we've been having issues with fire. We can put one tap-off unit there. You see, if there's a fire in Chepsion, the vehicle goes all the way to Chepsion. The water is finished, the vehicle has to come to Kericho. See, the disaster is going up and up. Yes, thank you.
You have mentioned Chepsion. Can you define for us Kericho Municipal municipality? Do you know where it covers?
Yes, it covers up to, yes, Chepsion falls under Kericho Municipal. Because within Kericho County, there are only 2 municipal boards, Litain and Kericho. I'm sure.
maybe
might have to confirm the radius of the municipal.
Okay. So the Jepson is outside Kericho Municipality. The municipality Kericho covers from Brook, Chimchim, Kapsoit, Kapsuser, and all that. So take note of that. So there is a lot of challenges. Maybe you will touch on these honorable members will give you an opportunity. So I'll start by my extreme right. I'll give them an opportunity. Maybe you will not. I'll give two or three honorable members to ask question. So you will not, so that you will answer at once. So Martin, take the floor.
Thank you, Ayub. Welcome. Congratulations once again for coming that far. Mine will be brief, and I know you come from this town, like you've said, and in this town, I know you are now engaging in family business. There are many challenges within this town, including drainages, garbage, as you've mentioned. But I want to be specific on drainages. How, if you are given this opportunity to be in that board, what can you do to improve, to make sure that this town has or have an improved drainages in our town? Secondly, there are some unplanned upcoming structures even within town. What may be because of the improper planning of this town. What can you do also as a member so that we have this proper planning and see to it that these kind of structures do not maybe come up, especially in the areas where they are not supposed to be. And also because we would like to see this town of ours and the rest of the centers of the municipalities to be clean. What can you do so that, what are some of the things that you can do to contribute into the beautification of this town? We want to make this town a clean town. We beautify it. So what are some of the things that you can put or bring into so that we beautify this town of ours? Thank you.
Chair, thank you, Chair, and welcome once again, Ayub. I think I've seen your CV. You're a young and brilliant guy. Congratulations for getting that opportunity to be a board member nominee. So first question is concerning, you've been raised in Kericho. I've seen you around 31 years. So for the last 5 years, there was an inception of a municipality. And you are aware of donor fund, millions of money which was funded the municipality. And since then, we've not seen any changes within the municipality. We know the issue of street lightings. You're aware of drainage. They are not so good. Even the garbage collection. I want you to, as a young man who is ready to work and who is energized to pursue Kericho Municipal to another level, what is that one thing you will do? If given a chance to be a municipal member, I know you'll be the youngest person in the municipality. So what is that great thing you'll bring to ensure that if given millions of money funded by World Bank and other agencies, you'll ensure that we improve Kericho municipality? Number two, the issue of garbage collection, as my colleague has said, you've seen, you're born here, you're raised here, you've seen how Kericho is. It's very dirty, it's not a clean town. The dump site is along across the hospital, and you see even during evening hours, when it is a heavy rain, you'll get a bad environment, a polluted environment. What is the best thing you'll bring in forth to ensure that that garbages collected should be dumped well? Is it that you have a capacity to think of a new idea of having another land relocation? Can you tell us whether you'll have a great plans of a municipality? The last one is, are you aware of any act governing the municipal board? So briefly tell us. And I've seen you've traveled within and without the country. You've seen the adverts in Kisumu when you're taking a flight to Nairobi. You've seen the signage, the videos, the advert. Do you think we can have such level of capacity in this Kericho? Even Eldoret, you've seen there are videos all everywhere, and even the signpost, which are used to advertise. Can you tell us what is that thing you're going to do to make Kericho down to a better level? Thank you.
Maybe you can take those questions and then we take a round of some.
Issue of drainage is true in Kericho, and if we go and look at the drainages in the town, many of them don't have culverts. Many of them are already, because of soil, it's already filled up. Garbage is already also filling because of paper. This is also happening because maybe the municipal is not doing the job properly by cleaning the town properly. Because when it rains and there's taka on the streets, it goes to the drainage system. That blocks the drainage system. Once the drainage system is already blocked, it creates a very big mess actually. Actually, if you look at Kericho when it's raining, if you look at the street of the Shivling Street coming to all of KCC, it's always flooded. It's a flooded area. And that is a thing that has been there for very many years. And there's no solution to it. So we need to look at it and have a solution. If you look at where the water is coming from, wherever the drainage pits are, the water is going, there are no even grills or something to stop the kataka or something to go in. You see, if we have those grills or something, so if we can stop the blockage first, then it is a better solution. Secondly, I've seen abroad, this drainage, house drainage systems are always linked to a drainage system where the water is clean. Once it drops to the house, though, it does not go surface or something. It creates a drainage system where the water can be used and stored. Where this water can be stored, it can be used for firefighting, it can be used for irrigation purposes. People can come and take it. See, that's also a solution of creating. The water can be stored somewhere. The issue of beautification of town. I've seen the town has tried being the beautification, but there's no maintenance. You see, if you just plant flowers and you don't have fences around it, or you don't have somebody checking up for them, it's pointless. So we need to come up with a solution. If we are to do something, there has to be something protecting that something. You don't just say nitapanda miti hapa, ukishapanda town inakaa mzuri. Hapana, lazima urudi uangalie miti inamea, kwa nini haimei, what is the issue, what is the solution, is it watu wanapita hapo, they need a pavement. Yes, that's a solution. About the donation you said was given, I'm not aware of it, so I will not talk about it. There are a lot of issues that you said about street lights, other, like for street light. You see, the street light, the issue becomes when people put up street light poles and the cabling is down underneath. Watu wanakuja wanaiba waya and uza scrape. So we need to come up with a solution. The solution to that is one. We move to solar street lights. Because vandalism will always be there. But let's move on. Moving on to solar street lights, it's much more efficient. It's more green energy, which people also creates it promotes Kericho. Yes. One thing that I will bring to the board is I have a lot of engineering skills which can help the town to work better. Sitting with my other board members, we can sit down and discuss. They share their experiences, we share our experience. We go on ground to see what are the solutions. We see a solution should not be a short-term solution. We need to find a long-term solution. For example, also you also said about people's lands, how will you protect the public land and everything. We need to fence those lands. We need to be regularly checking them. People take, you see, once somebody already moves in, removing him is a problem. So we need to be checking, are people going in there or not? We need to put up signboards. Awareness needs to be where this is a public land, so people are aware. Because people, there are a lot of people in this world that can sell public land to anybody. And the buyer is never aware it's a public land. You asked about the act that is Nini. I'm aware of the Act of Urban and Cities Act of 2011, which guides the board of municipal board. Thank you.
It is 2012 and amended to be 2019. I know you have done a background checks because this is your place of interest on municipal board. Are you aware where the municipal board gets funds? Do you know where municipality get funds to run its operation?
Yes. The county assembly.
Are you sure?
Yes, the county.
Okay.
The municipal board budgets and creates a budget which is then sent to the county assembly for approval.
Some of the funds come from donors. That is why one of my colleagues was asking you about donor. Most of these we have donor fund, but you will research on the same.
Yes, I will. I'll research on that and work.
Yeah. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Ayub. I know you represent the interest of the business people and association in Kericho, and you are born and raised in Kericho. Do you see Kericho become a city in the near future? If that is yes, what is the plan you'll put to make Kericho one of the city in the sun, the green town in the sun? Major municipalities, you have traveled far and wide. Major municipalities in this country and all over the world makes ties and friendship to other big cities. Maybe like the London, Nottingham, where you are, and more cities for ties and donors and exchange program. What will you do to see Kericho have ties with other major cities in the world? The last one, Chair. When it's raining in Kericho, even where you are doing business, it's flood. The plan for this town was done in 1970s, up to date. If this house approves you, what will be your plan on the said issue to do is planning? And you know, failure to plan is flying to fail. Thank you.
So, Mheshimiwa Vincent, you ask a round of questions so that you will answer together.
Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. Abu, the county government recently rolled out a youth empowerment exercise through the departments of lands, housing, physical planning, thus with carrying out the cleaning of the centers within the municipalities of Kericho County. As a board, how will you ensure that there is accessibility and fairness? Another question is, how do you plan to turn around the public gardens, like Moi Gardens, Uhuru Gardens, to revenue streams, just as Municipal Board of Machakos did with the Machakos People's Park? Thank you.
Maybe you can take those questions from the two honorable members, and then we'll take another round, please.
Thank you. Your question, do you see Kericho becoming a city? Me as a business person in Kericho, I will tell you, Kericho economy is not growing. If we walk around Kericho right now, you will see no construction is going on. That is a sign that there is no money coming into the town. There is no biashara. Let's look at Eldoret. Let's look at Nakuru. Every street you'll find is a construction. People are breaking the normal one floor houses and down to bring 6-story buildings, 8-story building. If we look at the 8-story building and the 6-story building we have in Kericho, half of them are not occupied. Is it because the Taituna people left, or is it because you see also there's no biashara because of that? Or so in terms of seeing the city moving forward, I'm not seeing.
People.
These are the ones who were removed by these big companies. T-plackers.
Yes.
Clarification. What can we do then to have business and economy coming back to this town and flourish, and business people too? What do you advise?
My advice would be, actually, we look how we can improve the economy. Bring in more investors. We need to bring investors into the town. The other thing is also, you see, there's no more transit in Kericho. If you look at Kericho town at night, after 8 o'clock, there are no buses, no lorries going through because people use the Londiani route. So that is also keeping the economy of the usiku inakufa. So we need to look how we can bring that back to Kericho so we can improve the economy of this town. The other question was, I've seen other municipal council boards. Yes, we as a board, we need to go and see how people are doing their things there. How are they achieving their goals? So that we come back and sit and see how we will achieve our goals. Because learning never ends. You can never say you know everything. We have to go. Somebody always has better ideas than you. You just need to go and get those ideas and bring to Kericho and implement them. You see, you cannot exactly implement the idea because maybe you have a budget or something, but you try something. Because even Rome was not built in one day. You have to start from somewhere. First solution, then second solution, third solution. Come out to 5 years later, Kuja, they will continue, we'll give them the ideas, they continue and they continue. So they make this Kericho a better place. Because we are here to serve the public. And it's for their interest we are here. Thank you. You talked about the youth being given jobs for this kazi kwa vijana. I've looked at that system. It's good youths are getting jobs. But what does the youth achieve from going and just cleaning a road? He is not getting any skill. He's not getting anything. My advice would be this youth could be taken to National Youth Service first. They learn some skills. Then they come and implement those skills. Regarding public gardens, that is, I will come back and say that once we do a recreation of the public garden, we need to maintain them. I saw there is even Wi-Fi now and at Uru Garden. But you find saa zingine haiko. So why haiko? See, we need to maintain those things. Because there's no point of putting something and not maintaining it. Thank you.
Okay, Chair, I have a question, and first let me congratulate you for being nominated for this position. One, you are a resident in this town and you understand that we have a lot of congestion, and the government is planning to do expansion of this town. In your own understanding, we don't have that piece of land. Where do you propose, if you are given an opportunity to advise the executive, where do you propose that we can expand this town towards? Towards Kisumu Road, towards Brook, towards Finlays, or towards Kipchimchim? That's a question. And then two, we have a number of private developers in this town whereby they have encroached public land. What will you do if given an opportunity to serve under the land, you are now vetted to serve under municipal board. But in that municipal board, I know that there are categories. Others will be serving HR side, others lands. If given that opportunity and you'll get one of your own, is the one who has grabbed the government land, what will you do? And I can give you a very good example. NSPSI, we have a road. But you get those people and erected a building in that road. What will you do if today the Committee of Lands and the Executive Department asked you to deliver that road? Will you deliver? Number 3, congratulations, you are the young nominee to this position. According to what I've analyzed, I've gone through the documents of all the nominees. But what will you do to these young people that we have in this municipality? Some are idle. What will you do? What advice will you give the government to at least see a way of employing the youth? What other experience that you believe that if it's given to the executive, especially the Department of the Lands, where the municipal board lies, will be implemented and it will help the young people of this county? The last one, a municipality is funded by the World Bank funds, county government, our tax, that is the share revenue. But at some point, the trustworthiness of the municipality management is not to the standard that the World Bank and other donors need. What will you do to ensure that these monies is spent according to the requested votes or according to the demand that is in that municipality? Kindly tell us that.
Yeah, take those questions from the two honorable members.
You talked about expansion of this town. It's true, the town is to expand. Now, if we look at even this where we are right now, the county offices can be moved out of town. The prison can also be moved out of town. Those are areas that can be expanded. And this area will expand. If you now look at Kapsoit is developing very quick. You see, moving these things towards sides of Kapsoit, your Barabara, it's one of the solutions, because that is, I think, one of the, at some point, Kapsoit and Kericho will be like one town because of the way it's expanding. It's even expanding more than Kericho. If you go there, when you go back there 5 years, you'll not say it's Kapsoit. But come to Kericho, and 5 years is the same thing. Regarding somebody grabbing public land, you see, that's what I initially said. The lands need to be aware these are public land. People need to be aware. You see, people will always, somebody will sell it to somebody, but the seller is never aware. Now you see, when you say there's already a building has been erected there, where were the county government, where were we, that building has already been erected on a public land? We should have stopped it before the building is erected. It's not the fault of the developer. So somebody somewhere did not do his job faithfully and with integrity. That needs to be looked at. We need to look at the solution. How? Because before somebody builds anything in town, it has to be approved by municipal. NCA has to approve it. How does something erect, then you're told this is on a public land? It is not, so we need to see we need to find the root cause of these public lands being grabbed. That needs to be stopped. Regarding advising youth getting jobs, I'll go back to saying, this Kaziko Vijana, the youth gets a job, but he does not get a skill to move on with life. These youths need to be given, go to NYS, they learn something, they get out of it. Then once they back in the field, they know what they can use the skills they've learned to develop the country, how they will get jobs. Because if you give somebody a brush and say clean, and then you ask what experience do you have work, you say nilikuwa na kubrush, somebody will not employ him. Regarding the funds, checking the funds are used well. You see, the solution to those funds being checked, we need to go to the roads. Integrity of people is very important. When you're given a public office, and if you find yourself unfit, resign. Don't, that's a public is trusting you. So you need to be, you are taking many people's trust. So you need to be, if you find yourself unfit and you cannot oversee, you can resign.
Honorable members, is there anyone? A question? Yeah. Okay. So, do you have? Please.
Mr. Ayub, what is that one thing in you that you really want to bring to the Kericho Municipal Board that can span the economy, that can span everything, like the cleanliness in town, business, the environment? What is that special thing in you that you see it, if being appointed to that board, it will bring a positive impact to the board?
I have traveled a lot of places. I've seen a lot of municipal, so I have a lot of ideas which I can share with my other members, how we can make our town a better place for the public. Also, I'm a youthful person. I'm in age yangu ya kufanya kazi, sijazeeka. This is the time to put my energy to serve the people of Kericho, and I'm willing to work.
Chair, allow me to ask one more question to Mr. Ayub. Mr. Ayub, I'm seeing that you are quite conversant with what is happening in this town. And one of the things that you've said that kill the business in town is because of the multinationals. They phased out, the hand plucking. That's why most of our people are not even, coming to town for business. What is it that we can do now, having in mind that you said the rerouting of the truck drivers, the Londiani way to Kisumu, and then passes Kaplong. So there is nothing much that is being done in this town. What is it that we can do? Because Nakuru to grow, I know you've said more about Nakuru. It's because of some industries that are put up in Nakuru. Now, having looked at the area, is there anything you can do yourself, given the chance to be in this municipal board, so that we can bring some more investors? One last one, even though you've answered about the drainages in this town. Let's not go far. Nakuru, what they did, they did it correctly. Because the other day, Nakuru was the same as Kericho. When it rains, blockages all over. It's not that because they don't have cabbages, they have. There are cabbages in Nakuru, but why is it that the cabbages doesn't block, their drainages? Why in Kericho? Because when it rains now, you don't even admire staying in this town. You don't admire. So maybe if given chance, maybe where you start is first by planning the town and the drainages. There are investors down at Guru Nanak. You are told there was some route which was going down, it was blocked, and that is why all the drainages in this town, makes it impossible to move. Otherwise, I want to wish you well. I've heard, you're quite conversant with your brains. I know we can go far. Thank you, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Solutions, what we can do. one thing, we cannot chase the multinationals. That is even killing the economy of the town. What we can implement policies for this multinational, that they source their items, their goods, what they buy locally from Kericho. That will also bring investors from Nairobi to open things in Kericho. That one is now building the economy of the town, because there's a policy saying if you are in Kericho, you have to purchase in Kericho. You see, now that brings the investor and the multinational also there. We are getting the taxes from them. Regarding the drainage, you've said it's true. We need to sit down and see the planning. You see, the planning on Kericho's down is very old regarding the drainage. We need to come up with solutions. Even if it will cost us, but better long-term solution that is costly than doing short-term solutions that are not costly. Because at the end of the day, cheap is expensive. So we need to come sit down, do a proper survey. Look what we can do with the drainage. Can we create stormwater drainage where the water can be diverted somewhere else and used for other purposes? Like firefighting, for irrigation. We have farmers. At times we see drought. We can have this water to be stored where farmers can be buying this water during drought and use it. And it's just rainwater that we just collected. Thank you.
Thank you. As we are coming to close of the close of this session, apart from you have said the real cause of congestion in town is because of space and no room for expansion unless we move government offices outside the town. Apart from you, because you are an engineer and you are a technical person, apart from that, what is that the likely solution can be done so that at least we create more space for businesses and maybe that one thing which we can do to attract more investors in town or within the municipality? If you can.
I would say we expand the town outside town. But first we need to see the government facilities can move out. You see, we also know there's a lot of public land that can be developed in this area. Even actually, I think if you look at there's the municipal market is also there. You see, if we try and move these things out slowly by slowly, the town will expand, and we leave the town for expansion, for businesses, for amenities that people need in the city center. Others also, the multinationals, you see, like Unilever land is almost half of Kericho town is, if you're heading towards Brook, it's all of Unilever. That land can also be, Unilever can be allocated land somewhere else, and that land can be used for development of town, so that the town can develop and move. Thank you.
So in your own opinion, if I heard you well, there is no growth in Kericho town because of, you said maybe because there was a diversion route to Kisumu and maybe the Kablong route. What is if we create more space, is lack of space another factor which makes people not to develop or to see high-rise building coming up, or there is no proper circulation of money in Kericho? What is that thing which makes Kericho dominant? Scaling and capsoid is coming up. Lithane is coming up. You cannot tell me that we don't have money in Kericho and then Lithane Municipal Board is coming up, Lithane and capsoid. In your own analysis, is it the space or really no investors or no room for expansion?
In my thinking, a space we have in town. You see, we need to try and pull investors in. Investors need to come to this town. Investors can also be universities. If the big universities open here, students come in, there will be circulation of money because students will need houses, students need to go buy things. There is that circulation. Investors need to be, you see, as municipal investors can be told, come, we'll be waiving something off for you, come and invest in Kericho, come and do this. So we need to pull investors. There's no circulation of money. If you walk into the town right now, you will see a lot of businesses. People are just sitting in the shops. The salespeople are just on phone because there's nobody coming in. Is it that there's no money? So there is no circulation of money. If you move on to other towns, you'll see people are busy. People are walking fast. They want to get somewhere. But Kericho, there's nothing. People are relaxed.
So the introduction of machinery, workforce, and the dying of Kericho Teachers College are those of the contributing factors which has led to low circulation of money, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Ayub. I'll not take more questions because of time, and we still have other nominees to undertake. So we are so grateful having you, and we wish you all the best. Maybe in 40 seconds, I'll give you an opportunity maybe to air out your final closing remarks before we come close to close of this session. The floor is yours.
I'd like to thank you, everybody. Actually, I've met some of the people I've not even met. We've met now officially. It is my first time actually coming into County Assembly. So it's a good experience that I've come here. I've walked around. It's a good experience. And thank you.
Karibu. So such in terms, you will see off our nominee and probably ensure that you give him his original documents and he leaves the other documents which are relevant. And Ayub, we are so generous because you are first-time visitor. We are extending a welcome for a cup of 4 o'clock cup of tea, if you don't mind. So, and you are guest. So, otherwise, thank you for having you. We have come to close of this session. This session stand adjourned for until 5:30, so that we usher in new nominee. Thank you.